Life at 40 presents itself as a mirror, reflecting the path traveled, but also the immensity of the journey yet to come. Many find themselves trapped in stagnant routines, feeling an existential emptiness that echoes in the silence of their material achievements. Do you feel trapped in a script you didn't write, playing a role that doesn't fit you? This feeling of disconnection from one's own essence, this deep unease, can be a sign of an indispensable journey of self-discovery, a call for the integration of your total psychic being, an invitation to delve into the Jungian universe of feminine energy and to re-signify your life from 40 onwards. After all, who said life has to be a lie at 40? The central thesis of this video is that the journey of individuation, according to Carl Jung's analytical psychology, offers a transformative path for those who, at 40, perceive a dissonance between the image they project and their true essence. This dissonance often manifests itself through a disconnection with the anima, the archetype of feminine energy present in the man's unconscious, and the animus, the archetype of masculine energy present in the woman's unconscious. The lack of integration of these archetypal energies can result in a feeling of incompleteness, lack of purpose, and a life that distances itself from its true potential. Exploring the potential of feminine energy, whether man or woman, does not simply mean adopting stereotypical characteristics of the opposite gender, but rather integrating the richness and depth inherent in one's own psyche, seeking balance and harmony between the masculine and feminine aspects within oneself. The process of integrating the anima and animus is crucial for individuation, which is the process of becoming whole, authentic, and fulfilled. Discovering and integrating these latent aspects allows for the construction of a fuller and more authentic life, overcoming the feeling that at 40 life is a lie. Through the understanding of Jungian concepts, we can unravel the unconscious patterns that keep us trapped in an unsatisfying existence and build a future aligned with our true essence. The journey to re-signify life at 40 begins with the recognition of the need for the integration of the anima and animus, and the pursuit of individuation represents the path to this profound transformation. Let's explore together the paths to achieving this integration, unraveling the archetypes that shape our psyche and prevent us from living a full and authentic life. The first step to re-signifying life at 40, from a Jungian perspective, is to recognize the existence of the shadow. The shadow, composed of repressed and rejected aspects of the psyche, often manifests as a deep dissatisfaction, a feeling of incompleteness that subtly settles into the routine. This feeling of living a lie at 40 can be a reflection of the projected shadow, a sign that important parts of oneself are being neglected, obscured by the need to conform to social or personal expectations. Jung describes the shadow as a fundamental aspect of the psyche, containing both positive and negative potentials, which, if ignored, can manifest destructively. Integrating the shadow, therefore, means confronting the less desirable aspects of oneself, understanding their origins and integrating them into consciousness. Accepting the shadow is not an easy task, but it is essential to achieve individuation and live a more authentic life. Contemplate. What aspects of your shadow have you been neglecting? What fears, desires, or qualities have you been hiding from yourself? The integration of the anima, animus, as mentioned before, is a process intrinsically linked to the integration of the shadow. The anima in men and the animus in women represent the unconscious aspects of the opposite gender. Lack of integration of these archetypes can result in unbalanced relationships, lack of creativity, and an inability to access the emotional and intuitive richness of the psyche. Jung highlights the importance of recognizing and integrating these opposing energies to achieve psychic balance. Mythology offers rich examples of this dynamic. the hero who needs to confront his own shadow to achieve enlightenment, or the goddess who manifests through intuition and the ability to create. Integrating the anima, animus implies developing the ability to access and express the feminine and masculine aspects of your personality, regardless of your biological gender. This allows for a greater understanding of oneself and others, leading to more harmonious relationships and a fuller life. Ask yourself, how can you integrate the feminine and masculine aspects of your personality to achieve a more balanced and authentic life? Finally, synchronicity, a key concept in Jungian psychology, can be a valuable guide on the journey of self-discovery at 40. Synchronicity refers to seemingly coincidental events that have significant meaning for the individual. These events, often inexplicable by linear causality, can be seen as messages from the unconscious, guiding you towards integration and individuation. By paying attention to synchronistically significant events, you can discern patterns and messages that help you better understand your deepest needs and desires. The perception of synchronicity requires an attitude of openness and receptivity to the world, allowing the unconscious signals to manifest in your life. Observe the events around you with an open mind. What seemingly random events might be sending you important messages about your personal path? How can you interpret these signs to align with your life purpose? The pursuit of individuation, therefore, is not a solitary process, but a journey guided by unconscious signals that, when recognized and understood, can illuminate the path to a more authentic and fulfilling life. For many, the transition to 40 marks a turning point, a moment of profound reflection on the life built until then. The feeling of living a lie, as proposed by the theme, can be devastating, but also a catalyst for profound transformation. Guided by the principles of Carl Jung's analytical psychology, the journey towards authenticity in this context involves understanding and integrating unconscious aspects of the psyche, often hidden by social masks and cultural expectations. The second thematic block focuses on the importance of integrating feminine energy in both men and women. The anima in the male unconscious and the animus in the female unconscious represent powerful archetypes that, if ignored, can result in a feeling of incompleteness and dissatisfaction. Jung postulates that the full development of personality demands the recognition and integration of these archetypal energies, promoting an inner balance that transcends traditional gender dichotomies. The image of the mythological hero, frequently associated with brute and implacable force, reveals itself incomplete without the intuition and sensitivity represented by feminine energy. Similarly, the figure of the goddess, powerful and independent, finds its complement in the strength and determination of the animus. The integration of these energies is not about adopting gender stereotypes, but rather about accessing and integrating the emotional and intuitive richness inherent in the individual psyche. The consequence of successful integration is the development of a more complete, creative, and resilient personality, capable of facing life's challenges with greater equanimity and wisdom. Allow yourself to reflect. How can the integration of feminine energy contribute to a fuller and more authentic life in your personal journey? The third block deepens the notion of individuation, the process of becoming whole and authentic, according to Jung. Individuation is a journey of self-discovery that involves confronting the shadow, integrating the anima, animus, and accepting the totality of the psyche. This process is neither linear nor easy, demanding courage and perseverance to confront the dark and repressed aspects of personality. Jung illustrates the complexity of individuation with the symbol of the mandala, representing the search for inner unity and harmony. Individuation requires the constant search for a dynamic balance between opposites, between light and shadow, between the conscious and the unconscious. The integration of these often contradictory aspects is fundamental to achieving a state of balance and fullness. Individuation, therefore, is not a final destination, but a continuous process of personal growth and development, manifested in the construction of an authentic and integrated identity. Reflect. What steps can you take today to advance on your individuation journey and approach a life more aligned with your true essence? The conclusion of this video reinforces the idea that the feeling of living a lie at 40 is not an inevitable fate, but a call for a profound journey of self-discovery. Carl Jung's analytical psychology offers a valuable map to navigate this transition, guiding the individual towards the integration of the shadow, the harmony between the anima and the animus, and the realization of individuation. Through the understanding and application of Jungian concepts, it is possible to reinterpret life at 40, building a future aligned with one's own essence and transcending the social expectations that often trap us in roles that do not belong to us. The journey to an authentic life requires courage, self-knowledge, and perseverance, but the reward is a full and meaningful existence, free from the illusion of a life that is not truly ours. Remember, life at 40 can be the beginning of a new and extraordinary adventure, a journey of transformation guided by the wisdom of the unconscious. Subscribe to our channel to receive more content on Carl Jung's analytical psychology and its application in personal development. Share this video with those who also seek a more authentic and meaningful life. The journey of self-discovery does not need to be solitary. Together we can explore the depths of the psyche and build a fuller and more fulfilling future. The individuation journey, according to Jung, is not limited to the integration of the shadow or the anima, animus. It also demands a profound connection with the self, the center of the psyche, the totality of being. The search for the self is a continuous process of integration, of harmonizing the different parts of the personality, culminating in an experience of unity and fullness. Jung uses the mandala symbol to illustrate this search for totality, representing the integration of opposites and the search for a dynamic balance between the different aspects of the psyche. The realization of the self does not mean the suppression of differences, but rather their acceptance and integration into a larger unity. Mythology offers eloquent examples of this search for totality, such as the hero's journey who, by facing their fears and overcoming obstacles, achieves enlightenment and union with the divine. The integration of the self allows the individual to live a more authentic and meaningful life, aligned with their deepest purpose. Ask yourself, how can you connect with yourself, recognizing and integrating all facets of your personality in pursuit of totality and personal fulfillment? The feeling that life at 40 is a lie may be deeply connected to a lack of purpose and meaning. Many individuals at this stage find themselves trapped in stagnant routines, feeling a disconnect between their actions and their deepest values. Jung emphasizes the importance of the search for purpose, the discovery of a personal meaning that transcends social expectations and external pressures. This search may involve deep introspection, a dive into the depths of one's own psyche to discover the most authentic desires and values. The process of discovering purpose can be long and challenging, but it is essential for building a meaningful and fulfilling life. Mythology once again provides valuable lessons, showing how heroes, after arduous journeys, find their purpose and contribute to something greater than themselves. The discovery of personal purpose is not limited to a single, immutable definition, but rather a continuous process of self-discovery, adaptation, and growth. Reflect. What is your life's purpose? How can you align with your deepest values to build a meaningful and authentic life? Finally, The journey of re-signifying life at 40, from a Jungian perspective, involves the acceptance of impermanence and the integration of the experience of death. The confrontation with the finitude of life, paradoxically, can be a catalyst for a fuller and more meaningful life. Jung highlights the importance of integrating the shadow and death as inherent parts of life, recognizing their presence as a transformative force. The acceptance of death does not mean a pessimistic or defeatist attitude, but rather an attitude of openness and receptiveness to life, valuing each moment as an opportunity for growth and transformation. The integration of the experience of death in the context of individuation allows for a profound transformation, leading to a greater appreciation for life and authenticity. Mythology is replete with examples of gods and heroes who faced death and resurrection, symbolizing continuous transformation and the cycle of life. Contemplate, how can the acceptance of impermanence and finitude contribute to a fuller and more meaningful life? How can you integrate the experience of death into your journey of self-discovery? Life at 40 is not an endpoint, but a new beginning, an opportunity to re-signify the trajectory and build a future aligned with your true essence. The journey of life's re-signification at 40, therefore, is not simply a matter of changing habits or adopting new superficial strategies. It demands a profound immersion in the universe of the psyche, a dive into the murky waters of the unconscious, guided by the light of Jungian analytical psychology. The integration of the shadow, the harmony between the anima and the animus, the search for the self, and the acceptance of impermanence are crucial stages in this transformative process, culminating in the construction of an authentic and integrated identity. The feeling that life at 40 is a lie, far from being a fatal diagnosis, represents a call to authenticity, an opportunity to abandon imposed roles and embrace the totality of being. It is a chance to rewrite the script, to create a narrative aligned with one's own essence, transcending social expectations and building a full and meaningful life, free from the constraints of an inauthentic existence. The journey is long and will require courage, perseverance, and self-knowledge, but the reward, a life lived in fullness, connected with one's own soul, justifies every step of this profound transformation. Subscribe to our channel to continue exploring the concepts of Carl Jung's analytical psychology and its practical application in personal development. Share this video with those who, like you, seek to transcend superficiality and build a truly authentic and meaningful life. The journey of self-discovery does not need to be solitary. Together, we can unravel the mysteries of the psyche and build a future aligned with our true essence. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss any content, and follow us on social media for more reflections and insights on the individuation journey. Remember, life at 40 is only the beginning of a new and extraordinary adventure.